George. You don't know race like I know race, Middleton. He's the author of BLACK, Black Beliefs Limiting Authentic Cultural Knowledge, and he challenges the construct of race in American society. I thought I was the only guy who really did that. George is on another level, and so you're going to be interested in hearing what he's got to say. His work questions the narrative of race in society with the approach of racism as a mental health problem, which is something Isabel and Josh both talked about, a mental health problem kept in place by the self-imposed institution of racism. He's a mental health counselor who holds a BA from the School of Music at Indiana University, an MSM in Management from Indiana Wesleyan University, and an MS in Human Services from Capella University. Guy's got credentials, okay? George is an accomplished musician with a number of published jazz albums. Man, he's like the guy in Green Book, okay? He does a lot of things, you know? He does music and he's hitting the road with his social cause, all right? Outstanding, George, all right? And so I want to welcome to you, and you can find him at thegeorgemiddleton.com. Look him up, thought leader and author. I want to welcome George Middleton. Let's hear it, George, and give us your...
My premise is that if you identify by color, black or white, that you are most likely unintentionally perpetuating race ideology. And race ideology is not just about skin color alone. Race ideology is about the belief of what that color stands for.
Yes.
And in the race construct, there is a hierarchy, meaning one color is superior and one color is inferior. And as coming from a mental perspective, even the most well-meaning person who identifies as white and the most well-meaning person who identifies as black, on some level, on a largely subconscious basis, is doing things that perpetuates race ideology just by identifying by that color. So to the point where we get caught up in the conflict between the color scheme, which is why the race construct was designed. The more that we argue amongst each other, the more we are perpetuating the intent of race ideology. Because it is never meant from a position of color for us to agree. And the more we try to do that, the more we argue and look at things from a point of color, then the more divisive it becomes, no matter how well-intended you are. So it's just really important that we start assessing our own identity as how we look at ourselves and really do the work to go inside our own subconscious and really ferret out how much is my issue with Trump about Trump or about race. Mm-hmm. How much is my issue with immigration? Is it really about immigration and the country or about race? And I'm not trying to tell you where to arrive at on that. I just want you to be authentic with yourself and do your own work.